Yes friends, as part of this session, let us understand about interface variables. Okay, here we have to be so specific why some of the default behavior is giving to the interface variables. Okay, let us start that interface variables. Okay, interface variable. Okay, the first point here which we should be very specific is, by default the variables which we are going to declare within the interface or public static final. Okay, what they are by default? Public static final. Okay, by default. Observe here, we'll discuss, we will understand each and everything. Okay, why they made that particular variable as public and why they made that particular variable as static, and why they made that one as what? Variable as final. Okay, we will discuss each and everything. Okay, so by default all the variables, okay, within the interface, okay, or public, getting public, static and final, getting guys? By default they are public, static, final. Observe this point, very important. Now I am going to write one more thing. Okay, observe here, whether, okay, whether programmer declared or not declared, getting? Whether programmer declared or not declared. Okay, observe this one. Okay, whether programmer declared or not declared. Okay, now observe here why these variables are made as public, static, final. Okay, why? We have to know the reason. Okay, now think that we are having one of the interface with name as I1. Okay, now I declared one variable int I equals to 999, and this one is saved with the source file name as i1.java. If we do compile this one at our .class file, there will be public, static, final for this variable int of data type primitive int. Observe here, who is going to write that statement means our compiler. Observe friends. Okay, observe here, if I do compile this particular piece of code, okay, then the .class file, okay, .class file will be in this way. Observe, interface I1. Okay, now public, getting? Observe public, static, okay, final, int I equals to, okay, int I equals to 999, okay, sorry, 999, okay, int I equals to 999. Okay, this is the .class file for this corresponding i1.java. Okay, so who is writing this particular public, static, final means our compiler. Okay, compiler. Even if you write, even if you don't write, okay, that particular keywords, it will put that keywords within the .class file. This one is what? Some of the default features. Why they want to provide this feature only to the interface? Definitely there might be one reason why they want to make these things as public, static, final. Okay, now observe this one. Okay, observe. Okay, so first let us discuss why it has been made as public. Getting guys? Observe here why these variables are made as public. Okay, simple thing. Observe here, if a class member is declared as public, getting, if a class member declared as public, getting, then we can access that member within the class and also from outside the package, right? Yes, observe here, the best example is what? Best example, let me save one of the class files of Java. Think that this is the OS directory structure, okay? Within this I'm having one of the package directory structure, and here I have one of the source file called as this dot class file has been generated. Observe here, okay? This I1 dot class file has been generated, within the package directory structure. This is what our package directory structure, okay? Now do one thing, just make this interface as public. Do this public access modifier applicable to the interface? It is applicable, we have discussed, okay? And now here also there will be as what? Public, okay? Now think that this dot class file has been generated within the package directory structure. To create or to form the structure in this way, that is package directory structure should be there to make our dot class file within that package directory structure. What we have to do? First of all, at source code you have to put what? Package statement. Getting? First of all, what you have to do? You have to put package statement. Now what will be the package statement here? Package space com.it. Getting? Com.it. And of course, to form this structure, okay, you are recommended to do two things. Number one, what is that? Package directory, package statement. Number two is what? You want to form this structure in this way, okay? So to do that, what you have to do? At compile time, you have to give some intimation to compiler. What is that means? You have to use -d dot, okay, at compilation time, okay, at javac time, that is at the time of compilation, okay? Now observe here, okay? So observe here, package com.it, okay? Now here also at dot class file it will be as what? Package com.it. Getting, guys? Observe this one perfectly, okay? Observe this one perfectly. Now I want to access I1 dot class file, okay? I1 dot class file, whatever the code available here, the same code available here. Think that, okay? Observe here, okay? Is that public interface I1, okay? And it's having public static final int I equals to 999. Observe here, and also we are having package com.it. The same code, guys. Whatever the code available within this I1 dot class file is available here, okay? And source code is available within this OS directory structure. Observe here, this is what? I1 dot Java. Getting? I1 dot Java. Whatever the code available here is within this I1 dot Java. Getting? Now observe here, I want to access this interface variable value. Getting? This interface, okay? I1, same code is available here. Observe, okay? Interface I1, okay? What is that? Int I equals to 999. Package com.it. Now I want to access this I variable from outside the package directory structure. Think that now our now our driven code is available within the D directory. Getting? It is available within the D directory. What is accessing with respect to data variables? I want the technical thing, guys. Okay, even you guys are aware of this one. Okay, observe here. What is meant by accessing with respect to the data members, or else what is that? Variables. Accessing means printing the variable value, and otherwise what is that? Performing some of the operations on the variable value. What is that? Or performing some operations. What are those operations? Means some of the arithmetic operations. Observe here, some of the arithmetic operations. Getting, guys? Operations. Now within this D directory, it is what? A separate OS directory structure. Within this OS directory structure, I am having one of the driven code, that is testing code. Okay, observe here. Okay, now think that we are having one class called driven. Okay, a driven, which should be, or else let me do one thing. Okay, let me do one thing. I am going to use the same code. Okay, now which is implementation class to the I1 interface. If a concrete or a normal class or an abstract class wants to be implementation class to an interface, means it should extends an interface, or it should implements an interface. It should implements an interface. Okay, observe here, implements. Observe, implements I1. Okay, now come to this point. This is our dependent code. Okay, code. Observe here. Okay, let me go to that one later. Now public static void main. Okay, now observe here, this is what our driven class is. What? Implementation to, that is our driven class is what, guys? Implementation to I1 interface. Getting? Now with respect to interface, you have to put implements. With respect to the class or abstract class, you have to put what here? Extends. If you want to make a particular class as what? Child class. Okay, now observe this one. This is what? Parent, and this is what? Child. Okay, through inheritance we are having one nature. What is that? Whatever parent is having by default, okay, will be available to the child. Okay, now observe here, this parent is having one of the variable called int I. Same code. Observe here, I equals to 999. Does it available to child or not? Please observe here and let me know. Okay, does it available to this child or not? Yes, it is available through inheritance. So within this class you can access what? I variable value, because of what? Inheritance feature in Java. Okay, now observe here, directly SOP of I. Getting? SOP of what? I. Getting? Observe this one, friends. Okay, observe this one. Okay, directly I am accessing the variable value I from outside the package directory structure. Whenever you are accessing a particular member of other dot class file such that available at different package, observe here, whenever you access a variable or any member of a particular class or a particular Java element. Java element means what? Java elements means it can be a class, an abstract class, okay, otherwise an interface, otherwise an enum. Getting members of an element. Observe here, it is an element in our Java. Now I want to access this member, okay, this element member okay. Compiler will always ask for the dependent source file, okay, a dependent source file class path, or else dependent .java path where that source file is available. Let me know so that I can generate the dot class file which will be executed by the JVM. Observe here, whenever you are accessing, whenever you are accessing the members of any dot class file from outside the package, then with respect to the compiler will ask a dependent source file location. Observe here, compiler will ask for a dependent. Here this is the testing, okay. This code is having dependency of what? This I1 interface, okay. So this one is dependent. I want this. Who wants that interface I1 data? This particular class called driven, okay. Observe, okay. Now we'll ask for dependent source file location, okay. Source file means what? .java. We'll ask for .java file location. Now come to this point, okay, with respect to the JVM at runtime. It will ask for, now first let me know one thing, whether JVM can execute a .class file or .java file. JVM can always execute a .java file or .class file. Let me know which it executes. Strictly .class file only, but not .java file. After compilation, here I am going to make I1 .class file within the package directory structure com.it. Observe this one, com.it. Getting? Now where this I1 .class file available? Within the OS directory structure, and that OS directory structure containing this package directory structure. Within that package directory structure only we are having our required .class file. Which .class file it is? Our dependent .class file. Of course it is I1 .class file only, okay. Observe. So now Java will always execute what? .class files. Now it will always ask for dependent, okay, dependent .class file location or path. Observe here, it always expects a .java file, okay. This one always expects what? .class file location. Observe these two things, okay, tricky thing, okay.